How far is Bruce Wayne willing to go if it means stopping the Magistrate's full and complete takeover of Gotham City? Well, let's hop into the grand finale of Future State Dark Detective number 4 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we figured out in the last issue, Hannah, the daughter of Noah, Bruce Wayne's crazy roommate, worked for the Magistrate in some capacity. In this issue, we find out how. Turns out she's a programmer who's been working with Peacekeeper One on this brand new mini spy drone project, meaning she's a lot closer to the new spy state that the Magistrate has been trying to push than we thought. And because Batman has been making it his sole mission to take out as many of those flying spy drones as humanly possible, it's only a matter of time before Noah and his daughter end up in the crosshairs of the Magistrate. That means to protect these poor innocent people that Batman has gotten caught in his own gravitational pull, he's going to have to get, well, I guess creative is the best word for it, by drugging both of them and kidnapping them. Yeah, it's a bit of an inconvenience, but considering Peacekeeper One and the Magistrate literally shoots up their home only a few moments later, I'm sure they'll thank Bruce later. Doing this also means Bruce is forced to come clean with these two nice people who took him in, saying that he's not Jeff and that, well, Batman still very much lives, despite whatever the Magistrate is trying to tell the people of Gotham. It's here too we discover from Hannah that she actually has her own secret. Yes, she's been working with the Magistrate, but not exactly because she likes them. In fact, she's been trying to bring them down from the inside by spying on the spies. In fact, in such a short time, she's managed to amass quite the treasure trove of villainous speeches from Peacekeeper One, who talks about bringing order to the streets and turning Gotham into his own private empire. This, of course, opens up a whole new avenue of attack for our hero, Bruce. If he can somehow get Hannah back inside the office, get her to download a bunch of the really secret files, then they'll probably have enough evidence to bring down the Magistrate and Peacekeeper One once and for all. To complete this plan, Batman goes out of his way to set a series of small explosives all over the Magistrate's headquarters so that all the rank-and-file members will be forced to evacuate. From there, it's up to Hannah to download all the smoking gun files while Batman covers her back, and cover he will definitely have to do, as Peacekeeper One has chosen this moment to make his final stand against Batman to finally kill Bruce once and for all. Peacekeeper One goes on yet another oh-so-villainous speech about how he is the only one fit to clean the scum of Gotham City, to do what no hero could ever do, bring true everlasting order. And how all this brand new spy tech will make the superheroes and the cops and everyone who's not the Magistrate completely and utterly obsolete. Now, it's right around here at the end a lot of stuff starts happening at once. Hannah is forced to swallow the flash drive with all the important information once she comes under investigation by a group of the cybers. The building also just kinda sorta doesn't stop exploding, and as this story comes to a close, it's left open-ended whether or not Peacekeeper One or Batman actually managed to make it out alive. Meaning that even though this is the finale of Dark Detective, there's a good chance this isn't where the story is gonna end. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they pick back on up with this in the upcoming Future State Gotham book. And hey, speaking of Future State Gotham issue number 1, that book is actually going to be headlined by none other than Jason Todd the Red Hood, and we get the second part of his backup story this week. You'll recall that Red Hood, along with his partner Ravager, had been working for the Magistrate as a kind of superhero bounty hunter, bringing in other masks who were breaking the law. Things got complicated, however, when they got involved with a brand new case involving the Red Hood gang, who were being controlled from afar using a bunch of old Mad Hatter tech. Here's the thing though, before Rose and Jason could fully unravel this mystery though, the Magistrate ended up turning on Jason and putting out a massive bounty on his head. Jason is forced to flee, and try though he might to clear his name with his contacts inside the Magistrate, it's clear that someone very powerful is pulling the strings on this one, as Jason's fascist super cop buddies start shooting at him as well. It's during this high-octane Akira-inspired chase, poor Jason ends up damaging his Red Hood. It's here though he ends up getting one heck of an idea. If he dons the Red Hood that he took off the mind-controlled crook from the first issue, then maybe he can use it to track back whoever was pulling his strings. And wouldn't you know it, surprise surprise, the person who's been appropriating Mad Hatter tech is none other than the White Rabbit, aka a member of Jervis Tetch's old Wonderland gang. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, this all sounds way too simple, and you're right. As we discover from White Rabbit, the Magistrate had actually come to Jervis in hopes of hiring him to use his advanced technology to create a series of brand new masked vigilantes that the Magistrate could capture, and in doing so justify their continued existence within Gotham. Mad Hatter, in a bout of unexpected morality, actually turned the Magistrate down, which means that White Rabbit ended up killing him and stealing his tech and doing the job instead. Though it would seem at a point White Rabbit got bored of following all the Magistrate's orders and decided to reform the Red Hood gang to help out the community, which is exactly what got her caught right here, right now. And because Jason is just too damn slow taking off the mind control helmet, White Rabbit uses it to take control of him. Luckily, it's around here Ravager shows back up to help even the odds. Together, Jason and Rose are able to defeat White Rabbit, but it's a hollow victory knowing their bosses in the Magistrate would have very happily let them die anyway and are sweeping all of their involvement under the rug. If nothing else, Jason does decide to take Ravager up on her offer from the first issue about going for a vacation on her dad's private island, but this is clearly not the end of Jason's story either. As he speaks with a mysterious man in the shadows about what he's going to do next, it's heavily implied that this is Bruce, but because, they do the whole did he not die in the first part of the story, I think they want to keep it vague. And it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everybody. And so that was Future State Dark Detective issue number 4, everybody. And overall, it was fine as far as a finale goes, though admittedly I use the term finale loosely as so much of this is clearly just going to be continuing elsewhere. The question then, of course, becomes how many people are going to be hungry to see the conclusion of a lot of these Future States stories a month from now when Infinite Frontier and regular DC Comics resume. It's not a bad comic, but I do actually think it's devoid of a lot of the things that made the previous issues interesting, mostly that being the detective stuff. Yes, there was certainly something cathartic about seeing Batman punch it up with Peacekeeper One again, but without any actual conclusion to that fight, I'm left feeling just a little bit empty, which is why I can really only give this one a 7.5 out of 10, and a lot of that is actually for the strength of the Red Hood story that I feel actually ended on a much better note for what it's worth.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.